our 2023-22 senior class for Husson University. At this time, let's recognize the seniors for the visiting Farmington Beavers. Number 21, Kelsey Williams. Number 22, Maya Daniels. And number 88, Caitlin Rulo. And now, your 2023 field hockey seniors. Our first senior is number 00, Kimmy Goddard. Kimmy has been an essential part of our program for the last 4 years. Not only has she been the center of our strong defense unit engaged, she has shown leadership on and off the field that has directly contributed to the success of the team. Appearing in 47 games, she's accumulated 288 saves with a save percentage of .742. She has been named NFHCA National Academic Squad in 2019 and 21. In 2019-21, she also earned NECC All-Conference honors, including 2019 Goalkeeper of the Year and Tournament MVP in 2021. After graduation, she hopes to coach or assist a field hockey team of her own and work towards a master's degree. She is joined today by her parents, Jamie and Michelle Goddard. Our second senior is number 4, Kaylee Eckenrode. Kaylee is an invaluable part of the team and has made many roles throughout her career. Her passion and love for the game is contagious, and her grit and determination is unmatched. Appearing in 22 games, Kaylee has accumulated 1 goal, earning 2 points, and has been named a ZAG Scholar of Distinction in 2019, NFHCA National Academic Squad in 2019 and 21, as well as NECC Fall Academic Team in 2020. After graduation, Kaylee will be returning to Husson to finish her master's in occupational therapy. She is joined today by her parents, Kim and Howard Eckenrode, brother Bryce, and Nana Kay. Our third junior is number 8, Katie Perkins. Katie has been a rock of Husson midfield for her entire career. She has been a dominant force on offense and defense, and her intensity and skill has elevated the program in many ways. She creates offensive opportunities and provides strength on defense that puts us in the best position to be successful. Katie has appeared in 45 games, scoring 7 goals, earning 7 assists for 21 points. After graduation, Katie plans to go to graduate school for athletic training. She is joined today by her parents, Jeff and Melissa, brother Gavin, and sister Maddie. Our fourth senior is number 17, Mallory Fairbanks. Mallory Fairbanks is a key piece to our defensive unit. She has incredible defensive instincts that have come into play in key moments throughout her career. Mallory has appeared in 40 games, earning 3 goals, 3 assists for 9 points. She has also made 3 defensive saves in her career. After graduation, Mallory plans to become a high school science teacher. She is joined today by her parents, Kelly and Ken, and siblings, Kirsten, Ryan, and Peyton. Our fifth senior is number 19, Jessica Hart. Jessica Hart is the epitome of what it means to represent the program. She is an excellent teammate, hardworking, and dedicated player who has grown not only as an athlete over the last few years, but as a leader as well. Jessica has appeared in 17 games, recording 1 goal and 1 assist for 3 points. She has been named to the NFHCA National Academic Squad in both 2019 and 2021, as well as the NECC Fall Academic Team in 2020. She will continue at Husson pursuing her doctorate in physical therapy. She is joined today by her parents, Mike and Lorna, boyfriend Tyler, grandmothers Peach and Sharon, sister Christy, and her husband Brandon, brother Kyle, and his girlfriend Molly, and her nieces. Our 16 years, number 23, Leah Carrier. As part of the core curricular activity her career. She was also named to the NCAA National Academic Squad in 2021 and the NECC Fall Academic Team in 2022. They will continue her education at Husson, pursuing her doctorate in physical therapy. She is joined today by her parents Kelly and Steve and brother Grant. Our 17-year is number 24, Adele Foss. Adele Foss commands the forward line and has the skill to dominate offensively. A key scorer throughout her career, she's provided a strength to our offense that will be missed. Adele has appeared in 39 games, scoring 22 goals, has 4 assists for a total of 48 points. She earned NECC All-Conference honors in 2021, as well as being named on the NFHCA National Academic Squad in 2019 and 2021. After graduation, she will further her education to be a physician's assistant with a specialization in cosmetics. She is joined today by her parents Heather and Jamie and brother Cameron. Our final senior is number 25, Maya Joy. Maya is another crucial piece in our defensive unit that will be greatly missed. Her initiative, composure, and leadership have been vital to our success. Maya has appeared in 43 games and has recorded 10 defensive saves in her career, including a season record 7 in 2021. She has earned NAFCHA National Academic Squad in 2019 and 2021, chosen for the ZAG Scholars of Distinction in both 2019 and 2021, as well as earning NECC All-Conference honors in 2021. She was also named to the NECC Fall All-Academic Team in 2020. Upon graduation, Maya will start her new job as a nurse at Wentworth Douglas Hospital in February after completing her NCLEX. She is joined today by her parents Ken and Erica and sister Phoebe. Thank you to our seniors and their families for all your hard work and dedication throughout the years. We will miss you. And let's have another round of applause for your 2022 Husson University Field Hockey Seniors.
Well, good morning, everybody. Live from the Wicked Sports Complex on the campus of Husson University. It is the season finale of Husson University Field Hockey and the NECC finale as well on this beautiful Sunday morning, the final Sunday in the month of October. Joined alongside this morning by Zethan Moss. I'm Ethan Snell. Thank you for tuning in on this Sunday, Halloween Eve, I guess we can call it, October 30th. And today we feature two teams, two very different teams. One who is experiencing one of the best seasons in program in the recent years of the program, and another that's in a little bit of a rebuilding phase. Farmington enters the game 1-11 overall, 0-5 in conference play. Husson comes in with an 8-5 overall campaign, undefeated in conference play, a clean 5-0. These two teams, they're going to meet again next week. So in a little bit of, they're going to meet again next week in the conference tournament. See, regular season finale here today. For Farmington, what can they do to try to build some momentum?
I think one of the things they need to do to build a lot of momentum is stay in the offensive zone a lot and play clean. They can certainly get a lot of shots on goal. You can see they have a good amount of shots. Only one of those has gone in on the year. So I think pressuring Kimmy Goddard on her senior day a little bit can help build some momentum. Maybe if they sneak one in there, it can definitely help a lot in conference play for the tournament, like you mentioned. And honestly, anything can happen. It's sports.
And as you mentioned, Kimmy Goddard, who's been on a tear as of recently. Husson comes in. They've won their last 4 with 3 shutouts in those last 4 games. Goddard conceded 2 goals at New England College last weekend. But a 3-0, 7-0, and 3-0 shutouts versus Thomas, Farmington, and Thomas once again in the month of October has made Husson one of the hottest team in the NECC, as Husson immediately putting the pressure on as they bring it down towards the near side. That was Maddie Perkins on the charge as they bring it back up top. Her older sister, Katie Perkins, honored at senior day just a little while ago. Brings it off towards the near corner, trying to get around some Farmington defenders. She sends it into the circle and bring it back up top. That's Jessica Hart as she looks for a shot. That one knocked away by Caitlin Rulo, the senior goalkeeper, in net for the Farmington Beavers, as it will be brought back out top. As I mentioned a little while ago, 7-0 shutout. That was against this Farmington team just a couple of weeks ago, back on October 11th. Husson getting 7 different goal scorers in that victory over the Beavers.
And this is a Husson offense that's been firing on all cylinders recently. In each of their last games, they've put up at least 5 points. So they've been working really, really well as a unit together. And Kimmy Goddard, like you mentioned, has been lights out in goal.
This one's brought into the circle. It'll be a foul against the Eagles, and Farmington will look to clear their way out. Farmington has only managed 1 goal, that being in a 1-0 victory against Dean College. You got to go all the way back into September for that victory, over that non-conference victory over the Dean College Bulldogs. Would have been shut out in every single game this season. A little bit of a rebuilding year for the Beavers as Husson trying to get this one into the circle. That was Tegan Blackie. She gets tapped, and the first penalty corner of the day coming for the Eagles. 13:08 to play in the opening quarter, as Husson will get themselves set up. Last few games for Farmington, all shutouts. A 7-0 shutout in Farmington against Husson. They hosted USM, lost 7-0. And the New England Colleges, here comes the penalty corner up top. That's Perkins. She puts on a shot. Kick save made by Rulo. Rebound in front of the net. It's a scramble for it. Big scramble for the net, and somehow it doesn't end up in the net, but Husson does draw themselves another penalty corner. And taking this one on the near side, that'll be Kaylee Eckenrode.
Well, as you can see, a big defensive scramble to try to get that one saved, and that manages to get that one.
Eckenrode up the middle, near side. That's Carey. Carey with a shot. That one off the leg of Rulo, and that one's going to find the net in a scramble in front of the net. Couldn't quite see who got the tap in, but Husson strikes first. Jessica Hart gets credit with the goal, and the Eagles put themselves on the board first. Goal coming 12 minutes, 30 seconds to go in this first quarter. And as you mentioned, Zethan, this Husson offense firing all cylinders. They waste no time on that penalty corner.
Well, absolutely. I think one of the things that really fires me up, especially is a senior day. You don't want to lose on senior day. It's just something that'll fire up your team, get them going, as she scores her second goal on the year.
And, of course, as you mentioned, you don't want to lose on senior day. Jessica Hart getting things started. She's a senior. She was honored during the pregame ceremonies. As Husson going right back at it. Perkins trying to find Adele Foss. Senior to senior. Katie Perkins once again is going to try to swing this one up top. Knocked away by the Farmington defense. Number 22, Maya Daniels. Here's Perkins once again. She'll try to swing this one off to the far side, trying to beat a couple of defenders. She swings this one into the circle. It's going to be knocked away by the defense. There's a shot. Goes wide. Trying to keep it alive inside is Maddie Perkins. And we have a whistle and another penalty corner coming for the Eagles. Just 58 seconds removed from their first goal of the day.
One of the interesting things about field hockey is there's a lot of stoppages. There's a lot of different fouls in the game that can really stop and change the momentum of the game.
Up top to Perkins. She has a shot. That one goes off the stick of Rouleau, and that one finds the back of the net, and Husson scores it once again. Within 70 seconds of each other, Husson puts themselves up 2-0. That one off the stick of Katie Perkins, and another senior scores on senior day.
Well, it's just a great start for Husson as they can get 2 goals within the first 4 minutes of this game. And not too much better of a start to ask for.
Back underway immediately as Farmington has yet to have any sort of possession on their offensive side of the field. It's been all Husson so far in the opening minutes. Eagles trying to cap off a perfect record in conference play this season. Get a chance to host the conference tournament next weekend. As here they come once again with a bit of a run off to the far side. There's a swing right across the net. That one finds the back of the net, but it is whistled dead before. And it'll be a foul against the Eagles, and Farmington will look to clear.
So the reasoning for the foul behind that is you're not trying to lift the ball unless it's a shot on the goal or a long pass. That's ruled a dangerous play.
Maddie Perkins trying to make herself a run in there, and she's going to get fouled. And here comes another penalty corner. Husson so far 2 for 3 on the penalty corners when trying to get a goal.
Well, you see a little bit different of a starting lineup for the Eagles. A lot of seniors to try and get them that play time on their senior day, which is very fun to see.
Eckenrode goes up top. A little bit of a mishandle. Blackie picks up the slack. Tries to get into the Carrier. Carrier with a shot. That one bounces around, and that one slides off to the corner. It will stay with Husson. Be on the near side. Katie Perkins with it. Perkins slides it back behind to Maya Joy. Joy trying to split the defenders, trying to dump it up top to Foss. Foss trying to work her way around a couple of defenders, puts a shot on the ground. That one knocked away. Now Farmington can try to clear. Try to clear up the field. That's number 2, Bailey Casavan. Carrier ends up with it at midfield. Has one defender beat. She's got some space to work with. Tries to find Foss.
Credit to Farmington defensively here. They've been playing really well since those first 2 goals.
As Foss gets tripped up, and that'll be another penalty corner coming for the Eagles, who continue to put the pressure on in the offensive side of the field. Husson to the defending NECC champions. Claimed an overtime victory over Thomas College last year. Blackie dumps it off top. Now tries to find Perkins. Perkins with a shot, and that's another score. Husson 3-0 with a lead within just the first few minutes of the day. And Husson goes up 3-0 with just 8 minutes and 30 seconds to play in this first quarter. And Husson firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, well, like we said, it's really been a well-oiled machine the last couple of games for Husson. They've been attacking really well and dominating possession in their offensive zone, keeping it out of the defense. But the defense, if it does go to that end, it gets it right back to the offense.
So now Farmington will try to get any sort of possession upfield. Tried to force it into the middle. Tried to find Autumn Ditzel. But it'll be picked off by Perkins at midfield. Tries to dump it off. Down at midfield, trying to find Carlock. And that'll be taken away by Morgan Town. Town trying to find it up the field. She does. Finds Taylor Nelson. Nelson tries to dump it off into the middle. Tries to get over to Cassavant. Cassavant has it stolen away by Perkins. Perkins forces it up the field. Picked up by Eckenrode. Eckenrode gets it, finds upfield, goes to Maddie Perkins. Perkins goes to her left. Finds a way past a couple of defenders. Gets one into Foss. Foss with a shot. That one kicked away by Rulo. And it'll be a whistle. That's going to go against the Eagles. And Farmington will get another chance to clear.
Well, credit to Rulo so far. She's made a lot of saves in her own goal, really, with facing a lot of pressure from this Eagles offense.
8 saves on the day so far for Rulo. Maya Joy sends it up the field, finds Foss. Foss trying to beat her defender. She does. That was Town. And going to the ground, foul's going to go against 17, Genesee Hubbard. And Katie Perkins will have it up top. Perkins with plenty of space to work. Now she'll send it upfield. Tries to get it to Foss. She does. Foss comes to the near side, tries to put on a shot. That one knocked away. It's out of bounds. Husson will keep possession outside the circle. Perkins will control. Fakes right, cuts left. That she has that one stolen away.
It's a great steal.
Stolen away by Hubbard. Now Hubbard's going to look up the field. She's got some fakes to work. Tries to get a pass to the middle, but it's going to be picked off by Carrier. Carrier has that one stolen away by Ditzel. Farmington into the attacking side for the first time today. Trying to force this one back up the field. That's Summer Staples. It's going to be out of play, and Farmington will keep in front of the Eagles bench.
Well, that's exactly what Farmington needs to do, is they need to try and keep it in their own offensive zone. Try and put a little bit of pressure on Kimmy Goddard and really just do their best to get a little momentum offensively. Feel like we can do that.
Scramble in the middle of the field with possession is the Beavers. Hubbard trying to split away through 3 defenders. And it's going to be just a little too much to handle as Husson grabs it right back. Hubbard again. Up the field with space to move. Tries to find Cassavant. Just a little too strong off the stick. Maya Joy tracks it down. Now Joy looks up the field. Has a teammate in Perkins. And it'll be a whistle. Just a little too much pressure from the Farmington defense. Trying to be swung outfield, out of play. Too strong for Eckenrode. And that is where Farmington will take it back over as we tick down to 4.5 to play in the opening quarter. Already a 3-0 lead for the Eagles. Eagles with goals from Jessica Hart and 2 from Katie Perkins. Both seniors on their senior day, as that one's going to be knocked down by Foss. Foss looking up the field. Kept in bounds by Hubbard.
Well, with those 2 goals, Katie now ties her sister Maddie on top of the rankings for goals scored on Husson for the season, both with 8.
And Maddie Perkins, her younger sister, only a freshman. This is her first season in an Eagles uniform, so the Perkins sisters definitely going to be leaving their mark on this Eagles field hockey program for years to come. Here's Hubbard. Tries to get a pass in the middle. That's tried to get one into Cassavant. The Eagles defense, though, all over. So trying to swing this one out of play. Back up the field. Gets a pass up to the near side, going up the field. That's Kyla Havey. That one's going to be out of play. Under 3.5 to play in this opening quarter. Eckenrode backs it up.
It was a great offensive possession for the Beavers. They were able to keep it in their own zone for a couple of minutes there. Despite giving the ball up a few times, they were able to get that possession back and try to put as much pressure as they can.
Fairbanks sends it up the field, and just a little too strong of a pass as it goes out of play in Farmington. Husson will get a chance here. Katie Perkins with room to move. Gives a pass back to Maya Joy. Tries to send it into the circle, but it's snuffed out by Hubbard. Now Joy versus Hubbard. Hubbard, and just a little too strong from Joy. Hubbard's going to win the battle from the foul. Now Farmington can look up the field. Gets it over to Cussavant. Just a little too strong. It's out of bounds. Husson will get it right back. Just under 2.5 to play in this opening quarter. Joy finds Katie Perkins. Perkins looks up the field. Tried to find Eckenrode, tracking it down is Carlock. She has it knocked away. Here comes Foss trying to track it down. Also right there to defend it away, that's Allie Bliss for the Beavers. It ends up out of play on the far side of the field. Give possession to Farmington.
Farmington has done a lot better of a job in this later half of this first quarter in really trying to pressure Husson on the offensive side. And they've been able to come away with a lot of takeaways to get the possession back.
Perkins swings up the field, taking down to 90 seconds to play in this opening quarter. And now a fight for it. That'll be won. That's Hart. Jessica Hart brings it in. Trying to put a shot on the ground. It's Carlock is there. She's trying to put it in. Rulo is right there. It's going to be a whistle and a penalty. Another penalty corner coming for Husson. So Husson will get themselves another penalty corner in this opening quarter with 1:17 to play. And Kaylee Eckenrode will take this one on the near side. Eckenrode swings it up top. Pass near side to Carrier. She puts on a shot. That one's knocked away. And another whistle, and Farmington will clear.
One of the things I always find very interesting is on a penalty corner, you have to clear it from that circle you see on the field, that half circle, and in order to score. But the ball must be in the circle in order for it to count as a goal. So field hockey, one of those interesting, kind of unique, little bit hard to grasp, at least initially, sports that, is a lot of fun to watch.
Joy brings it in, under a minute left. Joy trying to find a way around a defender. That's Ditzel. Joy gets it, finds an opening, gets it upfield, finds her sister Phoebe. Phoebe Carlock down the near side, tries to find this one into the circle, and it'll be picked up on the far side. And ending up on the ground, that was Hart with 11.7 seconds to play, and the Eagles will have themselves another penalty corner. Now, for those who might be unfamiliar, on a penalty corner this late in the quarter, say the time runs down all the way to 0, the play continues until it is cleared out of the circle. So Eckenrode will take the penalty corner, 11.7 seconds to play. This one swung way up top. Finds Katie Perkins. Perkins to the far side to Fairbanks. Fairbanks with a shot. That one saved away. Rebound on the play. 4 seconds to play. Down in front of the net. That one's going to be knocked away again. Time ticks out. The play will continue until it's cleared out. It's out of bounds. And that's how the first quarter comes to an end. Husson with 3 goals within just a few moments of each other. 2 off the stick of Katie Perkins, 1 off the stick of Jessica Hart. They take a 3-0 lead into the second quarter. We'll step aside, but we'll have the second quarter coming right up for you. You're watching Husson Eagles Field Hockey on the Husson Eagles Sports Network.
Husson makes it a priority of theirs to make sure each of their students are well-rounded and that we're prepared to go into the future.
I mean, it's very rare to have a college that can emphasize the professor-student interaction, and Husson hits it right on the head.
Instead of just, sitting in the classroom, it's a great way to get hands-on experience. I'm actually out here doing things and seeing how things work.
After being here and meeting the people, I decided this is where I wanted to be, that there was no better option for me.
Back from the Wicked Sports Complex on the campus of Husson University, about ready to get the second quarter underway in the Husson Eagles Field Hockey regular season finale on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Alongside Ethan Moss, I'm Ethan Snow. Eagles tallied 3 goals in the opening 15 minutes and lead the Maine Farmington Beavers 3-0. Eagles got goals from 2 goals from Katie Perkins, 1 from Jessica Hart. And Zethan looking at the tail of the tape from the first quarter, and this really just tells the whole story. Husson 20 shots compared to Farmington 0. 15 of those shots for Husson have been on goal, and they've managed 3 on those 15 shots on goal.
Well, again, like we mentioned, Rouleau in goal has been great, especially against this very, very tough, very confident Husson attack, especially in that first quarter, facing 15 shots on goal, saving 12 of them. That's a very good number to start off your day.
Husson also with 7 penalty corners in that first quarter, and they're going to get their first one here just 32 seconds into the second quarter. It'll be Eckenrode taking this one from the near side. She'll go up top, tries to find Perkins. Carrier finds it instead. She puts on a shot. That one knocked away. Foss tried to put in the rebound, but it'll be a foul against the Eagles, and Farmington will look to clear. If you're just joining us, Farmington has scored 1 goal all season, and that was in a 1-0 victory over Dean College back in September. But have been shut out in every other game. They've managed 1 victory. That was against that Dean College team, so 1-11 overall on the year under a first-year head coach, Hattie Houston, and Mary Sinclair in her first year as assistant coach of this program. So up top, it'll be Husson with it, Katie Perkins. Perkins tried to slide one into the near side, but it's going to be knocked away. Now Farmington will look to clear up the field. Maya Daniels trying to swing this one up the field, which she does. But Husson all over it over on that far side. Carey ends up with it. It's going to be a foul. That one's called against Farmington. Here comes the Eagles once again. On the far side of the field, they tried to force it into the middle. Here's Foss into the circle. Foss, she puts on a shot. That one runs into a lot of resistance, and a penalty corner coming for the Eagles again. Their second of the quarter, their 9th of the day so far.
There's one thing that Husson has been dominating on is keeping it inside the zone where they can get a penalty corner, and they've taken advantage of it quite often.
So Eckenrode will take this one. She's taken all of them so far today for Husson. Swings it up top, finds Carrier. Carrier puts on a shot. That one's kick save made by Rouleau. Drifting off to the near side. Carrier trying to track down the pass. Instead, it's going to be tracked down by Casavant. Carrier steals it right back. Carrier brings it up top to the circle. Gives a pass down underneath. That's to Perkins. And she has that one knocked away. Trying to track this one down was Eckenrode, but ending up tracking it down will be Katie Perkins. Perkins tried to get a pass in, is knocked away by Hubbard. Tracking it down is Foss on the near side. Foss trying to beat a couple of defenders. Instead, she's going to get fouled, and another penalty corner coming for the Eagles. 10th of the day so far. They've scored on 3 of them.
Well, Rouleau's been handling the pressure really well. She came into this game 13 goals allowed on 23 shots. Or excuse me, 13 goals allowed and 23 saves. So we're going to expand that number a lot today for that saves number.
This one's going to be knocked away out top. Perkins trying to keep it in bounds. It drifts it out. And now Farmington will look up the field. It'll be Maya Daniels sending this one up the field. But Katie Perkins tracks it right back down. Here's Carrier up top. She puts on a shot from top of the circle. That one kick saved away. And now trying to be sent out of the circle. We have another whistle. And another penalty corner coming for the Eagles.
Well, number 11, that's Emma Wiley for the Beavers, made a great save diving to her right and stopping that shot with her stick to keep this play alive.
11 minutes, 30 seconds to play in the first half. As here comes Kaylee Eckenrode once again to take another penalty corner. She's taken all of them so far. Swung up top to Fairbanks. Fairbanks for the shot. That one's blocked away. And we had another whistle. And it'll stay Husson possession, this time up top. Husson looking to expand their lead. They defeated Farmington 7-0 their first meeting just a few weeks back. Teams meet twice on the season, as we do with all conference opponents. This one swung way over to the far side. Falling to the ground. I believe that might have been Carrier. Over on the far side, once again, trying to slide that one into Foss. Hart was there, and it's out of play, and Farmington will get a chance to clear.
So again, for Farmington, they've been able to keep it cool recently, especially with a lot of pressure, especially to end that first quarter. They faced a very, very tough penalty corner that kept it in that zone for probably about 20 seconds. With 11 seconds on the clock. So a lot of pressure coming their way, but they've been able to handle it after initially giving up 3 really quickly.
A lot of space on the near side. Hubbard tracks it down, trying to beat Joy. But Katie Perkins is going to steal that one away from her. She'll look back up the field. Perkins with Hubbard all over her. Just one up, dumps one up top to the top of the circle. Trying to beat the play. That was Carly Ramsdell. It'll be Husson up top. Katie Perkins with it. Perkins. Pass near side. Tries to get it right back to Perkins, but it's a little too strong, but tracking it down on the far side. Now Hubbard tracks it back down once again. Now ball in the open field. It'll be Summer Staples on the far side. Staples trying to find Carrier. Carrier gets it to Foss. Foss changes directions, goes to the far side. Tried to weave her way through a few defenders. Couldn't quite get there as the ball stolen away. Over on the far side. Now a loose ball in the middle of the field. Foss trying to track this one down. She gets knocked to the ground. That'll be a foul against the Beavers. Also, we'll get a chance to reset things. It'll be Katie Perkins. Perkins swings this one way over to the far side. And it'll be out of bounds. And Farmington will take over. 8:47 and counting to play in this first half. Husson trying to expand their lead. Farmington trying to keep it 3-0 as this one sent into the circle, but just a little too strong for everybody. It's out of bounds.
Well, you see the defense for Farmington really swarming to the ball. There's about 2 or 3 defenders on each of the ball carriers for Husson, the main ball carriers, and that's what's really been able to help this defense out and prevent these goals.
Maddie Perkins beats a defender. She brings it into the circle on the near side, trying to get a pass up to Ramsdale. Foster's in the play as well, but instead it is going to be another Husson Eagles penalty corner. And Zethan Husson doing all the things right, generating chances. You get it into the circle like that, you're going to get fouled, and so far it has worked as they have drawn double digits in the penalty corner so far today, with still 8 minutes to go in this first half.
Which is a very, very big number, especially like you said, just a few minutes to go in this first half. But again, the defense for Farmington has been up to the challenge after initially not being able to figure out the offense.
Shot attempt there from Maya Joy goes wide, and Farmington will get a chance to clear. Joy tracks it down. Now trying to track this one. Julia Murch trying to beat Hubbard. Maddie Perkins tracks it down, dumps it off to Murch again on the near side. Murch brings it in, tries to get a pass up top, tries to get it into Foss. Foss trying to drive. There's a scramble in front of the net and a whistle that goes against the Eagles. And Farmington will get a chance to clear once again. Ticking down to 7 minutes to play in this first half. Farmington has stopped the bleeding for now after conceding 3 quick goals back in that first quarter, as this one, too strong for everyone, ends up out of play. Maya Joy sends it up the field, tries to find Murch, just a little too strong off her stick. Kelsey Williams knocks it out of bounds. Murch and the Eagles will keep possession.
See Tegan Blackett coming back into the game.
Pass from Perkins across the circle, too strong for Hart. She does track it down. Now Jessica Hart in a little bit of a battle for it, and that'll be another penalty corner coming for the Eagles, as Hart tried to go along the baseline, but she's going to get fouled. And another penalty corner coming. Murch will take this one on the near side.
Well, it's the first time we haven't seen Kaylee Eckenrode take one of those.
This one sent up top, past to Joy. Joy puts on a shot. Kick save made by Rulo. Rebound by Foss just goes wide, and Farmington will get a chance to clear.
Well, I think Kelsey Williams got a little bit of a stick on that to change that direction out of the goal. So great defensive play by her.
Under 6 minutes to play in this second quarter. Getting close to halftime here from the Wicked Sports Complex. Maddie Perkins to the far side. Perkins got one defender beat. Tries to bring it into the circle. She does. Trying to beat another defender. She gets tapped, and another foul coming. And another penalty corner for this Eagles squad. The 14th of the day so far. 5:40 to play in this half. Julia Murch will take it once again. Murch up top, finds Joy. She tries to get a pass in there, but it's deflected. Tracking it down is Katie Perkins, and that ball drifts just out of the reach of Blackie, out of bounds. Farmington will get a chance to clear.
So Maya Daniels blocking that one, really trying to stuff up and challenge on that defensive side of the ball, was able to make a play on it.
Farmington trying to drive this one up the field, and it was a foul going to keep their run alive. Farmington just trying to give Rulo a little bit of a breather in net. As another Husson foul will keep it alive for Farmington. Trying to take this over to the far side. That's Morgantown. Her touch is just too strong. It's out of bounds. Husson takes back over.
I think for Farmington heading into the second half, they need to be able to calm down a little bit on the offensive side, be a little bit more conservative with some passing. That's one of the things that has given up possession for them in the offensive zone, is being a little too aggressive, going for the long pass to try and get that scoring chance. Maybe allow the rest of your team to come up and make a good, solid drive towards the goal.
Husson once again trying to get this one in the circle, tries to find Blackie. There's a shot. That goes wide. Good save made by the Farmington defense. They'll get a chance to clear this one out again. They find Hubbard. Hubbard couldn't quite get a good touch and is stolen away by Katie Perkins. Perkins is going to get fouled, and Husson will keep the possession now under 4 minutes to play in this quarter. Perkins tries to find Blackie. Instead, finds Lauren Brown. Brown has that one stolen away. And Farmington will try to clear up the field. It ends up near their bench out of bounds. Husson will keep possession. Scheduled to kick off in just a little under half an hour. It'll be the 2022 North Atlantic Conference Men's Soccer East Division Championship game. Husson hosting the Thomas College Terriers in what will be the second Eagles contest of the day. And what's going to be a very busy day for Eagles athletics here today. Of course, we start things off here at field hockey. The first of two East Division Championship games for Husson Soccer. The women's soccer team will take on Maine Maritime. That'll be a approximately 2:30 start. And going on down in Castine, Husson women's volleyball taking on the Maine Maritime Academy Mariners for the East Division Championship for volleyball. Husson gunning for a big upset in volleyball, as Maine Maritime has owned the North Atlantic Conference volleyball scene for a few years now. As Husson trying to make another run is knocked out of play. Farmington will get a chance to make a run at it. And both soccer programs trying to end some big conference championship game droughts. Neither have been to the North Atlantic Conference Championship game in many years. Both teams went to the East Division Finals last year and fell in very close contests.
It really feels like both those teams should have been there, should have gotten a win by now, but some tough competition in the NAC. And like you mentioned with volleyball, it's a great young team, and it's a perfect time to upset the reigning champs.
Under a new coaching staff as well. So future is looking bright for that volleyball team, as Murch will grab this one back up on the near side. Trying to beat a couple of defenders, finds a beautiful pass to Maddie Perkins. Perkins trying to get a pass in to Blackie, is knocked away. It'll be out of bounds. Husson will keep possession as we tick down to 90 seconds to play in this half. And if Farmington can get out of this, if Farmington can get into halftime with just a 3-0 deficit, that'll certainly be a win in their book. Here's a shot, kick save made by Rouleau. Now Farmington has a chance to clear this out. Casavant just swings it up the field into plenty of open space. Fairbanks will tap a pass back to Ruby Kitchen. This will be sent back up and out of bounds. It'll be Farmington possession. Kelsey Williams trying to beat Maddie Perkins, but Perkins is right there in the battle, and Perkins is going to win that battle. Now Husson with a chance to try to add to their lead inside the final minute of the half. Perkins inside the circle, tries to get a pass. That one knocked away, and Hubbard gets a chance to clear. Hubbard off to the races, trying to beat Katie Perkins, but Perkins is going to win that battle. Perkins goes off to the far side under 30 seconds. Perkins for the shot, and that one misdirected out of bounds, and Farmington will get a chance to clear. Galot continuing to run. Now taking down to 15 seconds to play as Husson will keep. Perkins trying to get a pass off to the far side. That's going to be knocked away as we tick down to under 10. Farmington just trying to clear it up the field. Murch picks it off. 2 seconds. She's not going to have enough time. Time runs down to 0, and that's how the first half comes to an end. Neither side can notch a goal in this second quarter. Husson holds on to their 3-0 advantage. 10 minutes on the clock for halftime. So we will step aside as well, and we'll be back for the second half in just a few moments. You are watching Husson Eagles Field Hockey on the Husson Eagles Sports Network.
Nothing runs like a deer. Whether you have a lawn to mow, a driveway to plow, or a garden to till, our customers know you can't beat the quality and reliability of a John Deere.
And right now at Greenway Equipment Sales, we have a great offer for you.
Get 0% APR fixed rate financing for 72 months on a John Deere compact utility tractor with a 6-year powertrain warranty.
For more offers, go to greenwayequipment.com.
See the Smith Brothers today at Greenway Equipment Sales, Ellsworth and Bangor.
Selling is all about relationships and building trust. At Greenway, it's our people that have built the business. We're fortunate to have a team with years of experience. They know John Deere equipment inside and out and go the extra mile to take care of our customers.
And right now is a great time to talk to one of us about a new tractor. Get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a John Deere compact utility tractor. Nothing runs like a Deere.
From Greenway Equipment Sales, family owned and operated since 1994.
If you want a place where you can be seen as an individual and know what you're doing and have a career to look forward to, this is your place.
Choosing a school is really difficult, but I have never felt like I should have gone somewhere else.
The thing I like about the school, the class sizes are smaller.
Making friends is easier here because of the fact that you are such a tight-knit community.
I was shooting around a basketball. That's how I met my first friend.
You meet a lot of new people from different areas of the world.
I feel like I've grown so much here.
And there's so many amazing people that work here to learn from.
I definitely made the right decision coming to Husson.
All right, back here from the Lincoln Sports Complex on the campus of Husson University, just about set to get the second half underway of this final Husson Eagles field hockey contest of the 2022 regular season. Joined alongside by Zethan Moss. I'm Ethan Snow. The Eagles got 3 first-quarter goals, 2 from Katie Perkins and 1 from Jessica Hart to give them this 3-0 lead. Eagles kept the pressure on the entire first half, but could not find the net in the second quarter. Caitlin Rulo in net for the Beavers. So far, 17 saves. Eagles have had 20 shots on goal, 31 shots overall on the day, and that has been the biggest difference maker of the contest so far, Ethan.
Yeah, absolutely. Eagles came out all cylinders firing in that first quarter and capitalizing on some good penalty corner chances. Unable to do so in the second quarter. A lot of that, I do think, falls on Caitlin Rulo, but some really good defense on all sides from the Beavers.
So, they switch the team switch ends, and Husson will look to keep the pressure on as here comes Tegan Blackie to the near side, trying to force one into the circle. And it'll be a foul called against the Beavers. And the Eagles will take over from just outside the circle. Husson trying to finish undefeated in conference play, a clean 6-0 to wrap up a perfect season in the NECC on the way, trying to defend that conference championship as Carey tries to slide a shot in there. And a couple of saves made from the Farmington defense. That'll be a foul against the Eagles, and Farmington will get a chance to clear. Sent up the field off the stick of Allie Bliss. Katie Perkins tracks it down, trying to beat the defender of Autumn Ditzel. Perkins is fouled. She'll swing it up towards the near corner. And tracking it down is Jessica Hart in that corner. Hart tries to find it into the circle, but the Farmington defense all over this one. Now Perkins up top. Try to slide her way through. She's going to get fouled right outside of the circle. That's where she'll take over.
Can you see Husson put in a lot of pressure early on in this second half?
Husson has scored no fewer than 3 goals per game during their 4-game winning streak. They scored 2 3-0 shutouts, both over the Thomas College Terriers, a 7-0 shutout at Farmington a few weeks ago, and a 5-2 victory over New England College last weekend. Is their 4-game winning streak. So far, 8-5 overall on the year. While Farmington, in a little bit of a rebuild year for them, so far 1-11 overall, 0-5 in conference play under a new head coach. They graduated a lot of players during that from last year. As here comes Blackie down the near side. Blackie has one defender to beat. Now it's a foot race to the near corner to try to keep it in bounds. It ended up out of bounds. That'll be Husson keeping possession on this near corner.
Well, for the Eagles, riding a win streak like this heading into conference play for a tournament, that generally bodes very well, especially if you've got a lot of momentum, you're scoring a lot of goals. It can really carry you all the way.
Perkins tried to fire that one in for a shot attempt, but it goes wide. Farmington trying to clear. Ball tracked down by Ditzel. She's got about 3 defenders to beat. She could not do it. Foss gets it right back. Foss with some space to move. Into the top of the circle. Foss with a shot. Save made by Rulo. Rebound is going to be knocked away. Now Farmington can look up the field with some space to move. Eckenrode all over it. She gets it right back. Hubbard tracks it down. She's off to the races at midfield. Carrier trying to get a stick in there to stalk it away. Hubbard on a little bit of a run here, trying to go from field to field. Hubbard tried to pass in the middle. Nobody home in a white uniform. And Husson gets it right back. Carrier gets a pass up, and this is going to trickle right up the sideline and out of bounds.
We see Rulo playing very aggressive in goal. She comes out a lot from the goal, which I think has been the reason why she saved a lot of shots. She's able to track them down in the air as opposed to just after they hit the ground. Maybe they have some spin on them. It's hard to defend something like that.
Foss gets a pass into Blackie. Blackie is going to get fouled on the shot attempt, and the penalty corner incoming for Husson. It'll be their 15th of the afternoon, the first of this second half. All 3 of their goals have been off of penalty corners today. Eckenrode will take this from the far side. Pass away up top to Katie Perkins, finds her younger sister, Maddie. Maddie tries to bring it off to the near side, but it's going to be knocked away. And looking up the field, that's Erica Johnson. Blackie will track it back down. Blackie tries to get it into the circle, but it's going to be stopped by that Farmington defense. This one slid in, nobody home, and it's out of bounds. And Farmington will get a chance to clear. If you're just joining us, Husson getting 3 goals in that first quarter. 2 off the stick of Katie Perkins and 1 from Jessica Hart. But if Mount kept the pressure on that Farmington defense pretty much the entire contest. A lot of credit to Caitlin Rulo, who has made 18 saves in net today for the Beavers. We're trying to tally not only their first goal of the day, but their first goal since a 1-0 victory over Dean College last month in the earlier stages of the season. Foss weaving her way through a few defenders. That one will be stolen away by Town. Town looking up the field. Ball tricking down the sideline. It'll be tracked down by Staples to Fairbanks. Over to the far side to Joy. Now here comes Husson again. Pass in the middle. A little bit of a run here. That's Katie Perkins. Perkins with a shot. That one just goes wide. And Farmington will get a chance to clear.
Well, you saw Jessica Hart try to tap that in. It was a very long shot, trying to get it on that angle. Kind of, you see something very similar in ice hockey, or it's kind of a slap shot to try to get it in off of a more powerful shot from someone else.
Carrier brings it to the near side, trying to slide this one in. Now a scramble in front of the net. There's a shot, kick save, rebound, scores. And Husson finally finds the back of the net in this second half. And Maddie Perkins adds to her total again. That is a Maddie Perkins goal, and it makes it 4-0 in favor of the Eagles.
Well, I don't think she wants to give up that top spot in goals to her sister on the season, scoring her 9th of the year. Her sister just tied her a little bit earlier in this game with her 8th on the year. So, little bit of some competition between the siblings.
So it's a 4-0 advantage for Husson. First time they've scored over 3 goals. The first time they've scored over 3 goals Second time they've scored over 3 goals in as many games as they beat New England College 5-2 last weekend. They beat Farmington the first time around. 7-0 was the score. Here comes Foss down the near side. Foss finds the middle, but nobody quite home as Hubbard now trying to clear this out for the Beavers. And a whistle, and it'll be a foul against the Eagles. 7:53 and counting to play in this third quarter. As we approach, as this Sunday morning will be turning to Sunday afternoon in just a few minutes. Still plenty of Husson Eagles athletic action on tap for you on this Sunday. Postseason action happening right across the street at Boucher Field as both soccer teams will be in action trying to advance to the respective North Atlantic Conference Championship games. Here comes Husson again trying to bring it into the circle. Here comes the Eagles once again as they try to dump this one off to the far side. Carrier tried to track it down. Now it's out of bounds.
Maya Daniels, the lone goal on the year for the Beavers, making a lot of good defensive plays so far in this game. A couple of good saves to back up her goalkeeper, and another good steal there.
So this will be moved up towards the Eagles bench. That is where Farmington will take over. Pass up the field. Merch trying to get there. She couldn't quite get to it. Haley Capano tracks it down. And that pass just a little too strong, and Husson will take back over. We got both soccer teams in action, trying to advance to their respective NAT championships, and Husson volleyball is in action as well. That match is scheduled to begin in about 5 minutes, trying to dethrone Maine Maritime and advance to a North Atlantic Conference championship match. That would be against the West champion out in New York. Maine Maritime has really owned the North Atlantic Conference volleyball scene for quite the last few years. And both soccer teams trying to advance in the North Atlantic Conference championship games for the first time in a long time. Both are on pretty big conference championship droughts as this one brought into the circle will be another Husson penalty corner on the way. That men's match scheduled to begin in about 4 minutes. They'll take on the Thomas College Terriers. And the women's match will be against Maine Maritime. That'll begin at 2:30. This one swung over to the near side as a shot from Perkins. Deflected around and it finds the back of the net, and Husson finds the goal again. And it makes it a 5-0 lead.
Well, Husson finally able to get through a brick wall of defense after a very tough second quarter and end to a first quarter. So able to crack that open and get a couple of goals in to start this half.
Julia Mertz gets credit for this goal, and Maddie Perkins in on the assist. So Perkins has racked up 3 points within the past few minutes as she scored just a little while ago. And for the second time in as many games, Husson breaks the 5-goal threshold. Just a little 5 minutes to go in this third quarter. Husson in control of this one. They've been in control just about the entire day so far. As here they come again. Trying to dump this one down into the circle. Blackie trying to get there, and it'll roll out of play. And Farmington will get a chance to clear. One passed up top. That one's going to get touched. Foul against Hubbard, and the Eagles will get it right back. Here's Perkins again. Dumps it off to the far side. Fight for it over on that far side. Daniel's trying to get there. Blackie trying to put a shot, and that one goes wide. Shot off the stick of Blackie. Now Farmington will get a chance to clear.
Tegan Blackie, one of those all-around athletes that we see. She also plays softball here at Husson. So a lot of great athletes come through these programs here at Husson, and it's great to see, especially those multi-sport ones.
Multi-sport athletes, not too terribly common, but not too terribly rare either at the Division III level.
It's really, really difficult to play one college sport, let alone two.
As here comes the Eagles again, Katie Perkins. Tried to send this one into the circle, which she does. Also getting the stick on it was Amanda Frost. And that'll be a foul going against Husson, and Farmington will get a chance to clear again. Under 3.5 to play in the third quarter. As we approach noontime on this beautiful Sunday afternoon, not a cloud in the sky here in Bangor.
We've had some beautiful weather over the past few days, especially after really quite a depressing week of just rain and cold.
Rain, cold, fog, you name it. It wasn't very good, but a beautiful weekend for some Husson athletics, as there's been contests going on all weekend long as Blackie tries to tap this one in, but it'll be a foul before the play, and Farmington will get a chance to clear out. We had beautiful weather yesterday. We had football here at about noontime yesterday afternoon. The women's soccer quarterfinals were yesterday afternoon as well. And back Friday night, the men's quarterfinals. And we've had great weather for all of the above. Great way to end off the month of October. As here's Carly Ramsdale trying to split her way through a few defenders, trying to get it to the top, but it's going to be stolen away. Maya Daniels sends that one up towards midfield.
Again, another great defensive play for Maya Daniels. She pokes that one out.
Maya Daniels, one of the couple of seniors on this Farmington squad. A very young Farmington team, mostly consisting of freshman players. 2 seniors on the squad. Excuse me, 3 seniors on the squad. Here comes Frost again. Frost trying to get by Daniels, which she does. She brings it into the circle. She's got plenty of space. Frost with a shot. That kick save made by Rulo, and that one trickles just wide of the net.
Well, another great chance spoiled by some good defense for the Beavers.
Once again, the Beavers defense staying strong. As now this one will trickle down on the far side of the field. Plenty of room to track it down is Mallory Fairbanks. Fairbanks with a touch. It ends up out of play. Husson will have possession. Taking down to 1 minute remaining in this third quarter. Husson has scored 2 to extend their lead to 5-0. Finds Hubbard in the middle. Here comes Hubbard. Hubbard runs into the Eagles defense, and this one's going to be swung up to the middle of the field. Now tracking it down is Frost. Frost nearly had a good run to the net, but it's going to be knocked away. Taking down to 30 seconds to play in this third quarter. Pass out to the far side. Now Frost gives it back to the far side. That's to Perkins. Perkins trying to bring this one in. Rulo comes out to try to kick it away. Perkins keeps possession, passes it back up top. And it'll be a whistle and a penalty corner coming with inside 20 seconds to play in this third quarter. The pressure. Eckenrode will take this one. She's taking a majority of the penalty corners here today. Eckenrode, pass up top. Katie Perkins dumps it off to younger sister Maddie. Back to Katie. Katie Perkins puts on a shot, and she finds the back of the net. And Husson with 10 seconds to play in the third quarter off another penalty corner. And Katie Perkins nets a senior day hat trick. And fittingly gets the assist from her younger sister Maddie on the play. It gives the Eagles a 6-0 advantage with 10.3 seconds to play in this third quarter.
Well, another great opportunity there, this time able to capitalize on it, are the Perkins sisters. I know a lot of pressure coming on for Rulo to handle.
As the third quarter will expire, Husson nets 3 goals in the third quarter. They take a 6-0 advantage into the final 15 minutes. We're going to step aside for a couple of moments, but we'll be right back to bring you the final quarter of Husson Eagles Field Hockey. You are watching on the Husson Eagles Sports Network.
Husson makes it a priority of theirs to make sure each of their students are well-rounded and that we're prepared to go into the future.
I mean, it's very rare to have a college that can emphasize the professor-student interaction, and Husson hits it right on the head.
Instead of just, sitting in the classroom, it's a great way to get hands-on experience. I'm actually out here doing things and seeing how things work.
After being here and meeting the people, I decided this is where I wanted to be, that there was no better option for me.
Back from the Wicked Sports Complex on the campus of Husson University. 45 minutes down, 15 minutes to go in the regular season finale for the Husson Eagles field hockey team, looking to cap off an undefeated NECC season and to finish off the season at 9-5 overall. I want to take a moment to thank today's game sponsors. Performance PT, designing a healthier you. Greenway Equipment Sales in Ellsworth and Bangor. Nothing runs like a deer. Governor's Restaurant and Casella, giving resources new life. Just about set ready to go to get the fourth quarter underway. Husson netted 3 more goals in that third period, including Katie Perkins capping off the senior day hat trick and her third goal of the day, assisted by her younger sister, Maddie Perkins, which just seems fitting on this senior day.
It really does. These are the kind of things like senior day, you always get a little bit fired up, especially I remember during my days playing and competing in sports. Senior day was always something that got me fired up, even if it wasn't me.
So Husson looking to try to extend their lead even further. They defeated Farmington 7-0 in the first matchup a few weeks back. Trying to cap off a shutout, which so far looks like it will certainly be in the works as they try to slide this one back into the circle. It's knocked away by the defense. That one ends up out of play. It'll stay with Husson out. It'll stay with Husson just outside the circle. Kimmy Goddard, who's also a senior on this Eagles squad, gets to start in net. She's still down there, even though she has not had much to worry about here today. Has faced no shots.
Well, not seeing a shot can sometimes come and hurt you a little bit. It's been almost a little bit over a week since both these teams have actually played. Now, continuing to not see a shot in goal could hurt Goddard as she heads into the conference playoffs.
As we have another penalty corner coming for the Eagles. First of the fourth quarter, Eckenrode takes. Gives it up top. Maddie Perkins dumps it off to the far side. Shot off the stick of Carriers, deflected, and it ends up out of play. And it'll stay with Husson. Last touched out by the Beavers. This one brought inside. Here's Foss. Foss trying to get a spin move around her defender. She puts on a shot. It goes wide. And we have another penalty corner coming for the Eagles.
It really seems to be the tail of the tape today is the penalty corners that the Eagles have been able to generate and capitalizing on a good number of those chances.
So Eckenrode will take this again, brings it up top, finds Carlock. She puts on a shot. That's going to be blocked away. Trying to split through a few defenders. She puts on a shot, and she's got herself a score. Make that 7-0 for the Eagles. And that'll be Maya Joy who nets that one. Joy, another senior on this squad. And it makes it 7-0, and another senior nets a goal on senior day. And Husson ties the most goals scored of the season in a game at 7. The goals come with just under 13 minutes to play.
Well, it looked like getting the assist there was her sister, Phoebe Carlock. So a little bit of some sibling love today.
2 pairs of siblings on this field hockey team. It's not too terribly rare you see one pair of siblings, but for 2, you don't see that a whole lot. So definitely get a lot of sisterly love on this senior day for the field hockey team, as Jessica Hart had possession, but it's going to be stolen away by Daniels. Hart gets it right back. Hart has that one knocked away. Fairbanks trying to track it down, but she's going to be beat out by Ditzel. And a whistle, that'll be a foul against the Eagles. And they'll be told to back this one up just a little bit. Hubbard goes to the far side, just a little too strong. She was trying to get a pass over to Casavant. Taken down to just a little over 11 minutes to play in this contest. These 2 teams will meet again next weekend in what will be the NECC semifinals. Getting to that time of the year, Ethan, conference tournaments getting underway or well underway for fall athletics. As we mentioned a little early on in the broadcast, underway now is the North Atlantic Conference Men's Soccer East Division Championship game. Husson hosting Thomas just across the street. Just a little under 10 minutes into that one, and there is no score yet. Following that contest will be the Maine Maritime and Husson women for the Women's East Division Championship. A rematch of last year's East Division Championship contest, which was down in Castine. But Husson earned the 1 seed in the division this year. He gets the right to host. Maine Maritime won a hard-fought game against Farmington yesterday, 2-0, to earn that spot. Husson beated Presque Isle yesterday afternoon, 3-1. As here's a shot on a penalty corner, and that one finds the back of the net. And chalk up another goal for a senior. I believe that one was off the stick of Mallory Fairbanks. And the Eagles have themselves an 8-0 lead, and that marks the most goals they have scored in a game this season. And another senior nets another game. Fairbanks gets the score on that one.
Well, it's just a great way to close out your home season in front of the home crowd on senior day, netting a whole bunch of goals and trying to spread the love throughout all the seniors.
So that goal comes with just a little over 10.5 to play in the contest. Husson continuing to put the pressure on up top. This one will be brought to the near side over to Carrier. Just couldn't quite handle the pass. It's out of bounds, and that is where Farmington will take over. They'll be at about midfield. Erica Johnson gives a light pass back to Emma Willie. Willie trying to find this one, get this one up the field. It'll be a foul called against Husson.
Now, this is a good chance for Farmington to try and test out an attack. They haven't had a couple of opportunities to do that this time around.
So getting the ball right back is the Eagles. Here comes Foss after the foul. Foss tried to beat one defender, but she steals it away, tries to mount a run, but Staples steals it away. Gives it right back. This one will be passed up. Here's Frost. Goes to the far side. And here comes the Eagles once again. That's Eckenrode. Eckenrode dumps it off to Katie Perkins. Perkins brings it into the circle. trying to beat Daniels. She puts on a shot, and that one just in front of the net. And that'll be a foul before the shot, and it'll go back the other way.
I believe they called that another dangerous play, as the stick was too high. A lot of times you have to keep that stick low. Otherwise, it is called a dangerous play, and that was the call this time around.
So Farmington will have it now at midfield as we are now under 8.5 to play in the final quarter. Husson well in control of this one, 8-0. That is the most goals they have scored. Most goals they have scored in a game this season. On the near, now they bring it over to the near side. Husson trying to mount once again another attack. Pass up the field, try to get it off the Foss. Now in control with it is the Beavers, and ends up out of bounds. Carrier on the near side, swings it up the field. Now trying to track this one down is Ramsdale, but tracking it down instead is Daniels. Daniels trying to keep this one away. Ends up out of play. It'll be last touch by Husson. As in the 15th minute, the Thomas College Terriers have taken the first lead of the day as they lead it 1-0 over the Husson men's soccer team just across the street at Boucher Field. Very interesting development, Zethan. In the one time that they played on the regular season, Husson shut him out, but already Thomas going right after the attack.
Yeah, a lot of times you head into the playoffs and everything changes. The regular season doesn't matter. We see a prime example of that in the MLB right now. The Philadelphia Phillies and their 86 wins, making it all the way to the World Series, upsetting my Padres, but you know, we're okay with it. We're okay with it.
Payne's a little better now, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Here comes Farmington once again, trying to mount any sort of momentum and try to at least break up the shutout as Casavant puts on a shot, but it goes way wide. But Farmington will keep possession right outside of the circle, and here's a chance here for Farmington to at least put a shot on goal for the first time today. Hubbard has it. Goes to the far side over to Town. Town just keeps it in play. Adele Foss there trying to defend it away. And it'll be a whistle. That one's going to be called against Foss. And that one touched out of bounds, and it'll go back the other way.
So a good chance for the Beavers if they keep it in their own offensive zone for a little bit, able to get possession back after a couple of turnovers. A good look for them. Was unable to capitalize and try and get it into the scoring zone, but still a good look.
This one ends up back up at midfield. There'll be another foul called against the Beavers. Husson, we're going to try to mount another run once again. Trying to net at least one more goal before the end of this one as we have 5 minutes remaining in the contest. Ball ends up out of bounds in front of the Eagles bench. It'll stay with the Beavers. When we pass middle, will be a foul called against Adele Foss. Here's Hubbard, sends it up the middle. It'll be stolen away by Ditzel. That ball out of bounds. It'll be taken back over control by Husson. Swung up the middle of the field. Hubbard tracks it down. Trying to split a couple of Eagles defenders, but she does. Now she's got plenty of space to run. Hubbard tries to get a pass in the circle. She does. And it'll be a whistle and a foul called against Husson, but a chance here for the Beavers. Here's Hubbard up top. Hubbard tries to get a pass off to the far side, and trying to track it down was Town. She could not get there, and the Eagles will get a chance to clear.
So it was a great idea with some wide open space there on the right side, but I think a little bit of a miscommunication between the two teammates.
So now a scramble up near that Farmington bench. Husson will have possession. This ball ended up out of bounds. Taking down to 3.5 to play in the game. March ends up with it. Tries to get into the middle. The Foss. Hart was also involved in the play. That pass ends up way out of bounds. It'll be Farmington taking things back over. Daniels tries to get this one in play, which she does. Gives it off near the circle, and it'll be a foul called against the Eagles. Now under 3 minutes to play in the game.
So spending a lot more time in the offensive zone for the Beavers. This was one of the things that could help them a lot heading into conference play next week.
Hubbard up at the top of the circle, brings it to the near side. Hubbard tries to put on a shot, and it goes wide. And Husson will get a chance to clear. 2.5 to play. In a game that has been all Husson this afternoon. They are going to finish off their conference season very strong. It'll be an undefeated NECC campaign in this 2022 year. In a season where they try to defend their NECC championship from last season. They will get a chance. They will host the NECC championship next weekend here at the Wicked Sports Complex. And will most likely meet Farmington in that semifinal game next Saturday. Thomas and New England College will meet in the other semifinal, and the two winners will face off for the NECC crown next Sunday right here at the Winkin Sports Complex. All the times, of course, still yet to be determined. Scramble over on the far side of the field as we tick down to 90 seconds to play in the game. Husson trying to hold on to the shutout. In a game where they have, in this contest here today, the most goals they have scored all year long. The previous high 7-0 win over Farmington just a few weeks ago. Back and forth to go at midfield as 1:15 to play. Maya Joy tracks it down. Hubbard trying to split a couple of defenders. Hubbard trying to get a pass through the middle, but it's going to be picked off by Husson, and now the Eagles can run up the field with it. Carrier, pass in the middle, tries to find Ramsdell. Ramsdell right in the middle. She's going to get fouled, and Husson will have it right up at the top of the circle. 40 seconds and counting to play. Officials will make him reset it up top. We take down to 30 seconds to play. Perkins trying to beat one defender. It's going to go off the stick of Daniels. He puts on a shot. That one just goes wide. And Farmington will get a chance to clear. They'll just have to touch the ball one or two more times as we tick down to 10 seconds to play. Maya Joy ends up with it on the far side in front of the Eagles bench. She can just run out the clock as we tick down to 3 seconds. 2. Pass into the middle. Here's Hart. One more shot, and that one saved by Rulo and out of play. And that's how this contest comes to an end. Husson University Eagles finish off their conference season undefeated. A clean 6-0 and an 8-0 victory over the Farmington Beavers in a game that they controlled from the very opening minute.
Yeah, absolutely. You saw Husson dominating most of the possession in the offensive zone, getting a lot of penalty quarter chances. But again, a great defensive showing by the Beavers, especially in the middle portions of the game. And just an amazing performance in goal by Caitlin Rulo on her senior day.
As we'll look at the scoring summary, we'll look down at the scoring summary real quick. Of course, we're going to highlight, first we want to highlight Katie Perkins. She nets the senior day hat trick in her final regular season game here at the Winkin Sports Complex. So she nets the hat trick. Jessica Hart, another senior, she nets a goal. Maddie Perkins netted a goal as well, the younger sister to Katie Perkins. Julia Murch nets a goal. Maya Joy nets a goal, and Mallory Fairbanks net a goal. Both of those ladies seniors as well. So an overall great victory for the Eagles as they now turn their attention to the NECC tournament, which will be next weekend right here at the Wicked Sports Complex. Stay tuned to HussonEagles.com for official start times. As that will just about wrap things up here from the Wicked Sports Complex. Still plenty of Eagles athletics action as the men's soccer team is in action right now with just a little over 20 minutes to play in the first half. Husson men trailing Thomas College 1-0 in the East Division Championship game. And in the, thank you, Zethan, for pulling up the first set down in Castine where the Husson volleyball team taking on Maine Maritime for the East Division crown. Maine Maritime leads 22-16 in set number 1. Eagles trying to pull off what would be a huge upset over the Mariners to advance to the North Atlantic Conference Championship match, which will be next weekend versus the West champion out in New York. But that will just about wrap things up here from the Wicked Sports Complex. From Zethan Moss, I'm Ethan Snow. Thank you for tuning in on this beautiful Sunday afternoon, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. One final time, 8-0 victory for the Eagles over the Farmington Beavers. This has been Husson Eagles